These are our two opportunities. To seize these two opportunities and to manage the risks, we need a new mindset. We need the mindset of the young people. We have to trust and to empower them, because the pace of change will be exponential. It is change or be changed once again. In all these changes, we have to be guided by our values as expressed in our Olympic Agenda 2020+5. Since its adoption in March 2021, it already had a significant impact on the IOC and the wider Olympic movement. This is why a major focus of this session will be a midway evaluation of what we have achieved so far, and we will look ahead at what still needs to be done. In this respect, the Olympic Games Paris 2024 will be an excellent demonstration of the enduring relevance of our values in our times. The athletes, the fans, the entire Olympic community, all of us are looking forward to Paris, which will truly be Olympic Games of a new era. Younger, more inclusive, more urban, more sustainable. The first Olympic Games with full gender parity. The first Olympic Games inspired, planned and delivered in line with our Olympic agenda reforms from start to finish. We all feel great anticipation. Our expectations for this Olympic Games Paris 2024 are shared by billions of people around the globe. After the COVID pandemic, people are longing to come together again. They are longing to celebrate the Olympic spirit together again. Our friends of the Paris 2024 Organizing Committee are doing a fantastic job at bringing these first Olympic Games of a new era to life in all these dimensions. The slogan, Games Wide Open, is about creating inclusive Olympic Games in all respects. Even spectators will have the opportunity to become participants. This is how we go to where the people are now in the real world. Iconic monuments will be transformed into competition venues, bringing sport into the heart of the city. The public can take part in sports events, such as the Marathon pour tous, the Marathon for all, when 40,000 people will be able to run the same marathon route just hours before the Olympic athletes. Urban sports, like sport climbing, skateboarding or breaking, will feature prominently right in the city center of Paris. Already 4 years ago, Paris 2024 launched an ambitious program introducing 30 minutes of daily exercise in primary schools throughout France. They are on track to reach more than 4 million children. With its Terre de Jeux initiative, Paris 2024 is promoting sport and physical activity in over 4,000 municipalities across France. Again, taking sport to where the people are. Another significant milestone will be full gender parity at the Olympic Games for the first time in history. The IOC has allocated exactly 50% of the quota places to female athletes and exactly 50% to male athletes. Paris is setting new standards also when it comes to organize sustainable Olympic Games. They are aiming to reduce their emissions by 50% compared to the average emissions of the previous Games. To achieve this, the Games will be powered by 100% of renewable energy. The Games will use 95% existing or temporary venues. With these and other measures, Paris is very much on track to achieve this ambitious goal already 6 years ahead of the global 2030 target set by the Paris Agreement on Climate Change. In our Olympic Agenda 2020, we are speaking about the uniqueness and the magic of the Olympic Games. So I invite you to imagine for one moment the uniqueness and the magic of the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games Paris 2024. Imagine and dream with me about the spectacular sights as the boats with the athletes float down the River Seine, past iconic landmarks, the Eiffel Tower, Notre Dame, the Louvre. Imagine and share the dreams of the athletes. Imagine their emotions when hundreds of thousands of people are welcoming them to the Olympic Games, celebrating them from the riverbanks. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say, I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. We all share this dream with the best athletes of the world coming to the Olympic Games Paris 2024. There is not only an overwhelming response from all the athletes, but also from the public. This excitement is reflected in the ticket sales. The requests for tickets go far beyond the 7 million tickets that have already been sold. There is huge demand for the remaining 3 million tickets that are still to be released. People from 180 countries bought tickets so far, showing the global appeal of the Olympic Games. The world's political leaders are also voicing their support for the Olympic Games and the values they stand for. The most recent example of this is the declaration of the G20 leaders at their summit here in India. They said that they, and I quote, look forward to the Paris Olympic and Paralympic Games in 2024 as a symbol of peace, dialogue amongst nations and inclusivity with participation of all. End of quote. We are greatly encouraged by this commitment of the G20 leaders, for the first time, including the African Union, to the unifying peace mission of the Olympic Games. For this commitment, I would like to thank the host and chair of this G20 summit, the Prime Minister of India, His Excellency Narendra Modi. Dear Prime Minister, we have a certain idea how difficult it is to reach a consensus in these divisive and confrontational times we are living in. Congratulations and thank you, Prime Minister Modi, for your leadership and your great support for the Olympic Games.